Whoa, hello everyone and welcome to... Why am I not on the screen? That is very strange. Let me see what I've done wrong. That is very strange. Well, you can see Michael at the moment. Welcome everyone to WGBS TV Live, brought to you by SupermanHomepage.com, the number one Superman fan site in the world. My name is Steve Eunice. In this, our November 3rd, 2020 show, we're going to be covering a range of topics, including what's happening with the Superman in Concert event. We're going to be talking about comic books, the premiere date for Superman and Lois, and so much more. We're also going to be turning to you to take your questions and comments on any particular Superman topic you would like to discuss, and to let you know how all that works and how you can get involved in tonight's show. The man you're seeing on screen at the moment, without me, Mr. Michael Bailey. Hey, Michael.
Hey Steve, I was looking at you just a few seconds ago, and now it just seems like you're not there at all. That's kind of weird.
That is very bizarre.
You know, this is how things work out for us. So it's not totally unexpected, and probably looks really weird compared to how I normally have things. But no one wants to hear about that. They want to hear about Superman, because WGBS Live is all about Superman, and we want to hear from the Superman fans that are watching us live right now on YouTube. Because if you're in the United States, you're probably trying to escape election coverage. So, about halfway through the show, if we don't have a whole lot going on, we want to hear from you. So how do you do that? Well, you're going to need Skype. Go to Skype, find Superman homepage, and message us that you'd like to be on the show. Now, a couple of things that are kind of important. One, message us. Please message us. Don't just try to call us, because that can screw things up. Also, if you are watching WGBS Live via a external speaker, please turn that thing down, because we are on a bit of a delay, and that can kind of screw things up. So, but other than that, we kind of want to hear from you.
Yep, I'm just going to pause this for a sec, come back, and hopefully I'll be back on screen. So just bear with us a sec, folks. We'll be right back any second. Here we are. I'm back. I'm on the screen, and I'm getting Michael back with us now. So we will be able to continue the show as... Here he is. He's coming back. There you are. I'm back. You're back.
Yes, I am. Well, that's
yeah.
My bad. But
that's your...
I'm with you now, so that's a good thing.
So, and I'm with you. So thank you everyone for holding on there. That was very bizarre, but everything is working now. So thank you for hanging there for that slight delay. And we want to continue on by saying thank you to everyone who's tuning in live via YouTube to watch tonight's show, and to get involved in tonight's show, as Michael has said, you can call us through Skype, or you can post your comments in the YouTube comments there. We will check out those, react to them as the show goes on, and answer any questions you might have. Now, if you want your question or comment featured live on the show, featured there on the screen, feel free to post a super chat. Now, all you have to do is click on the little dollar symbol there. A slider will appear on your screen. You decide on an amount you're willing to donate, and we will feature your comment or question on the screen. And a huge thank you to our sponsor and patron, Douglas Meacham. We appreciate your support, and John Patrick Van Pelt as well. Thank you, folks, for your support. Well, it is election night there in the US. People have commented on my background. I thought I'd get into the whole mood for you guys. Got my Truth, Justice, the American Way shirt. You know, I'm just trying to be thematically correct for you guys. So there is that. And Michael's got a different angle going on with his whole thing there too.
Yeah, my wife is using the computer I normally use for this, so I'm on my main computer, which isn't as set up, and the other problem is that if I stare too directly into the screen, you see the reflection too much. I'd take my glasses off, but then I wouldn't be able to read anything, so it's kind of a funny thing. But no, it's a little different. I feel like all out of sorts right now, but that's probably just the general feeling. See, I'm truly jealous of your country, Steve, because you know when we go to vote, we don't get a sausage.
Yeah, we have a little barbecue set up, sausages in a little white sandwich, piece of bread and white bread and a bit of tomato sauce or ketchup as you guys call it, and away you go.
We get a sticker that said I voted.
No stickers for us.
That's pretty much it. So I continue to be jealous of other countries more and more as the years go on.
Well, you do have to pay. You have to make a small donation for the sausage sandwich. So a little $1 coin, $2 coin, something like that.
But yeah,
it's the smell. The smell makes it really, just like oh.
We have old people that take our information down. That's the excitement of us. But I actually voted early this year because of my new job schedule. I work like 10 hours a day, so there wasn't going to be a time where I could go comfortably, especially when I have to be at work at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So I actually voted ahead of time, and I'm kind of glad I did, because there were some counties here in Georgia that were having some serious problems. So
it's a major event, and it sounds like there are some major issues. So we won't get onto that here. We want to help you escape all that. So let's push on. And I did see today, well, actually saw it yesterday, but I posted today, the fact that the Superman in Concert event, which was taking place at the Royal Albert Concert Hall in London, in the UK and England, was supposed to happen on Tuesday, October 27th, but due to the pandemic and issues, you had to. It's got to be postponed. So it won't be taking place now until Saturday, March 27th, and that makes sense with everything going on that these things will be delayed.
Yeah, I was a little sad to hear that, even though there was absolutely no way I was going to get to go. But COVID-19 is doing that to everything. So I'm kind of glad that they didn't cancel it, but instead kind of moved the date. So that was kind of nice to see that they did that.
John, just there quickly in the super chats, asking what do we get for free when we vote? Nothing. We don't get anything for free when we vote. It's just you get to vote for free. I mean, that's your right as a citizen to vote. But actually, you have to vote here. Where over there, you guys
I was about to say
don't have to.
You guys are compulsory.
Yeah, that's right. You get a fine if you don't vote. So there is that. But yeah, so this Superman, the in concert, what it is, it's celebrating Hollywood's greatest cinematic superhero at the Royal Albert Hall. You'll see Superman the movie played in high definition on the big screen, whilst the Royal Philharmonic Concert Orchestra plays the John Williams original score with the movie live to picture. That would be phenomenal. I think we've discussed this here before when it was first announced last year, I think it was. And I would very much like to see that kind of an event happen here.
Yeah, years ago, about 4 years ago, actually, Rachel and I went to see Nightmare Before Christmas with the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra playing the music. And it was really cool. And all I kept sitting there thinking was, my God, I really want them to do Superman. So what I'm hoping is that this is successful, and that when the COVID restrictions lift, that maybe they'll take it international and actually go to other cities to do this. Because I got into a debate, and it was actually a friendly debate on Twitter, which I know is shocking, about the score to Superman the movie versus the score to Man of Steel, and why it's unfair to ask me to choose between the two of them, but why I feel like the score to Superman the movie is so much better is because Superman the movie has very distinctive themes throughout the film. You have the Krypton theme, you have the Superman March, which has 15 parts to it.
Yep.
You have the love theme, you have Lex, the March of the Villains. It's all of this stuff that is awesome to listen to on its own, but works very well with the movie. Whereas with Man of Steel, while there's cool elements, especially to the main theme, it's mostly over and over and over again throughout the entire film. But I'm just opening the hornet's nest to have the fans of that film come after me now.
No, I get what you're saying.
Come at me, bro.
You come at me, bro. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. it's very like Superman the movie. It's very orchestral. It has that uplifting feel to it. But where Man of Steel is very different. But at the same time, I still quite like what Hans Zimmer did with Man of Steel. It really fits the movie. So
yes.
yeah, it's
Absolutely.
they're apples and oranges. But it's there is something
that.
very classic and iconic about John Williams' score for Superman the movie, and hearing a full orchestra do it live in a amphitheater or wherever that might be is phenomenal. So just hearing any orchestra live is great, and I have heard an orchestra do Superman the movie theme along with a lot of other John Williams themes at the Sydney Opera House here. And that was just a wonderful experience. So yeah, I hope that this does kind of go further and maybe hit some other locations around the world.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so let's push on. And there was a new fan film trailer released this week. It's titled Superman Mortal Menaces, and it's just been posted on YouTube this week. I'm going to play a bit of the trailer for you now, and then discuss what the story is about. So here is Superman Mortal Menaces, a bit of the trailer, a fan film that's coming out, and just grabbing the MP4 for you right now. Here it is.
Worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad.
So there's just a bit of the trailer, or most of the trailer there. You can watch it in full at our website now. So John is asking, why does it sound so sad? Well, I guess it's probably the themes of the film are, in a way, a dour affair. This says, following a mystery absence of several years, the Man of Steel returns in the epic action adventure Superman Mortal Menaces, a soaring new chapter in the saga of one of the world's most beloved superheroes. Not only is his relationship with Lois Lane in crisis, but there is also a new hero in town being championed by Lex Luthor, and things may not be as they seem. I'm always happy for fan films to take place and for them to get a bit of a leg up on our website, because they are really a labour of love, and a lot of effort and time goes into them, and sometimes some expense. So I'm all for seeing what this will turn out to be like.
I love that most of them do have an establishing shot of a cornfield at some point. It seems to be kind of a leitmotif of most of these things.
And it looks like they do use some footage from Superman Returns as some of their special effects, as a proof of concept, I guess. So we'll wait and see what happens with the final details of that. I don't have a release date or anything yet, but you can follow and watch the trailer and follow their YouTube channel by clicking the link on our website.
Yeah, I did not mean for that to happen. I apologize. Maybe I should turn the sound off on my phone. I'm like you. I don't always check these things out, these fan films out. But man, if you're gonna put that kind of time into it, more power to you on it. I mean, that's just amazing.
Yeah. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that is Mad World, the song from Tears for Fears, I think it is, the band, a British band. So I could be incorrect, but I believe that was the song that was being played. I'm not going to be able to check it for you right now, but I think that's correct. People are commenting.
But I guess my only, I don't want to say this as a complaint, but it's just like, once again, if we're going to explore Superman, we have to do it kind of a dour way. It's just like, his relationship with Lois is in crisis. It looks like she's in a wedding dress, so yeah, that
maybe she's not getting married to Clark, then that's a problem.
Yeah, so it's Richard.
So yeah, well, if it's going off the Superman Returns time frame, then that's quite possible. All right, so let's change tact and look at the television side of things, where we have an official series premiere date for Superman and Lois. The TV series will now be premiering on February 23rd. Tuesday, February 23rd. We did think it was January initially. Obviously, delays with COVID-19 delays at production have caused the delay of the premiere date to late February.
On one hand, I was a little bummed because I have to wait a little more, but on the other hand, that's like really close to my non-birthday, so it's just like I want to thank the CW for like trying to give me an early birthday present next year of a new Superman show. So
yeah,
this is exactly why they did that.
100%. They said, look, let's try to get it as close to Michael Bailey's birthday as possible, and everybody else just have to wait. Makes perfect sense to me. So
you're with me on this one.
No problem, Mike. So Superman and Lois, starring Tyler Hoechlin and Bitsy Chulok, who Bitsy has been very prevalent on Twitter today, going a little bit stir crazy due to one, being in lockdown to do the TV series, and two, being on edge about the election. And she did note in one of her little Twitter videos that she's wearing heaps of purple as Lois for the series, which fans have clamoured for, which I think kind of really only harkens back to Superman the Animated Series, if I remember correctly. I mean, with her purple eyes, or violet eyes, and the whole purple wardrobe kind of motif that came about through Superman the Animated Series. Before that, there really wasn't a particular colour associated with Lois that I can recall.
No, not really. I mean, on Lois and Clark, she wore progressively more and more terrible clothing.
Yeah.
God, there's some outfits from the third season that are just atrocious. So at one point, she's just wearing this like striped pantsuit, and I'm just like, what are you even going for here? And Margot Kidder dressed like a professional woman in the late 70s. So it's not like, and similarly, I would say that what's her name on Smallville was
Erica Durance.
Kind of Erica Durance was kind of high schoolish for a little bit, and then more of a professional look for the 2000s. So yeah, this is one of those things where like a section of fandom will glom onto something.
Yes.
And what was like done once now has to be done all the time, and is like the distinctive like trademark of a character, when it's not really the case for that. No. So like I said, other than Superman the Animated Series, I can't really think of Lois ever having that purple thing happening more than there. So but if that's what they're going for and she's on board with it, then that's great. So we look forward to February 23rd as the premiere date for the pilot episode of Superman and Lois, a Tuesday night. Yep. Absolutely. Looking so forward to it. Looking forward to the costume reveal, which will hopefully happen sooner rather than later.
Do you think that there will be much of a change to the costume? Do you think that it's going to be something that's overly noticeable?
Considering the way they're talking about it, I would say yes.
Okay.
That it is going to be different enough that it will be a thing.
Okay. Interesting. Wait and see if that actually takes place, because I mean, I don't know. I'm waiting to see if there will indeed be any. Whoops! I'm putting all these things in the wrong area as I'm talking. I'm waiting to see if there will be any kind of change. Whether or not they will go for anything that is more than what we've seen already, just with maybe hopefully a change of the belt clasps things here for the cape. That's where I really want to see them make some changes.
That will always be your bridge too far.
Always.
With that costume.
Yeah.
So.
All right, going to turn to the comic book side of things before we get into our weekly segment of a fan favorite question. And so, if you're a comic book fan and you're looking at what's happening in the world of Superman comic books this week, here is what you can look forward to as a reader of comic books. We have Deceased Dead Planet number 5 taking place this week, and that is available in this variant cover and also another tribute variant cover. Also out this week, Justice League number 56 is out this week, and that is available in another variant cover. The final and 20th issue of Young Justice is out this week by Brian Michael Bendis, and that is also available in this variant cover. And then on the DC Digital First publishing program side of things, we have Deceased Hope at World's End number 13, chapter 13, is available to download now. And then on Monday, November 9th, you have Superman Man of Tomorrow number 19 available to download. And that is what's available for Superman fans on the comic book side of things. So looking forward to reading some of those. Our reviewers have already been hard at work reviewing both Justice League number 56, which our reviewer James Lance gave a 5 out of 5 to, saying this is the best chapter of Doom Metal yet. Brilliant character moments, non-stop action, and Detective Chimp. This issue has it all.
Yeah, that cover to the Man of Tomorrow is probably the weirdest one they've done so far.
Yeah, with Superman and Batman together there, that's a bit of a weird one. And then Young Justice number 20, as I said, is the final issue of this run. And I can't remember the last time one of our reviewers gave a review a 0 out of 5. He said that for him, he says, I hate to say it, but I'm glad that this run is over. He really felt that it was just Bendis pushing his own creator-made characters, Kelly Quintella, proving that she deserves to be the Green Lantern, and it's really no focus is on the main Young Justice and the whole fact that these characters came out of nowhere, like Connor Kent coming back from like he didn't exist, and then he's brought back, and there really wasn't a lot of focus on those characters, and so yeah, he was not happy with the way that this ended. Hopefully some other writer comes on board to pick this up at some date in the not too distant future, because I believe these characters have a lot to offer as far as being a team Young Justice.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that his Superman run and his Young Justice run are kind of like ending with a fizzle, it seems. It's not like there's like a huge, like, here is the end and this is wrapping everything up and it's an exciting finale, which I think is pretty indicative of Bendis's writing history. I mean, there always seems to be like the push for the initial launch and then like the big events through it, but it's like when it wraps up, it's just like he's overstayed his welcome on the book, and I say that like, I don't say that like literally he's overstayed his welcome. I'm just saying it's just like it doesn't seem like there's people that are overly broken up that a run of his has ended.
Well, in the comments, Justin says he would give it a fat 0 as well. He said, I read it this morning, it was a Twilight Zone issue. When Kenneth, he also said it was awful, giving it a 2 out of 10 in his opinion. So fans are on board with our reviewer, saying that they weren't happy with this final issue of Young Justice, which is out today if you're a comic book reader.
Like Justin said, that Bendis put Young Justice in a meat grinder. That's kind of harsh.
Yeah, harsh but fair. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're just at the halfway point of tonight's program. We're going to come back and talk to your fan favorite responses and show the photos that you sent in this week. So we'll be back right after these messages. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the fan favorite segment right after this. Here we go.
We'll be back in a moment with the exciting climax of today's episode. So stand by.
If you're enjoying WGBS TV Live, then please like and share this video with your family and friends. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, you can click on the bell to receive notifications whenever we post a new video. You can also join our YouTube membership program. Just click the join button below. Or you can become a patron and support our website by visiting patreon.com/Superman homepage.
Look, up in the sky.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. No, it's SupermanHomepage.com, the #1 Superman fan site in the world. SupermanHomepage.com, covering the world of Superman from the 1930s to today. News, reviews, rumors, and reports. SupermanHomepage.com for all your Superman comics, TV shows, movies, cartoons, radio shows, and more. Everything you ever wanted to know about the Man of Steel and more. SupermanHomepage.com.
Thanks, Superman Homepage, for all the support over the years. I really appreciate it.
I'm Matt Bomer. I'm the voice of Superman in Superman Unbound, and this is the Superman Homepage.
Right here on Superman Homepage.
Faster than a bursting bubble, cleaner than a whistle. It's me, the Soaky Kid, with 2 brand new Soaky Fun Bath characters, Superman and Tennessee Tuxedo.
Tennessee, penguins can't fly.
I happen to be skydiving.
Without a parachute?
I knew I forgot something. Thanks, Superman. Look, 2 brand new Soaky toys.
Great stars, it's me, Superman.
And me, Tennessee Tuxedo. Time to wash up.
Up, and away!
Soaky soaks you clean in
Oceans full of fun.
scrubbly bubbly flippity floppity.
Clean before you're done.
Soaky soaks you clean and every girl and boy gets a toy. When it's empty, it's a toy.
This picture of the Soaky Kid proves we're real Soaky toys.
Bath time is fun with the new Soaky Superman and Tennessee Tuxedo. More fun than...
And we're back on WGBS TV Live, where if you want to be part of our show tonight, all you have to do is open up Skype, search for Superman Homepage, send us a message saying you want to be part of the show tonight, and we should have time in the second half of our show to get to callers. So we'll see what transpires tonight. All right, as I said before the break, we're going to get into our fan favourite segment. Here is our promo intro. All right, Michael, what was our fan favourite question from last week?
What is your favorite Superman hat or cap in your collection? And Rick Lee James was one of the people that responded. Here is a pic of my favorite Superman hat. I wear it almost every week to my local comic shop, Superfly Comics and Games in Yellow Springs, Ohio, where I stock up on Superman books and merch. Also, I didn't get my favorite poster in for the show last week, but I've also attached a picture of that.
That's nice, yeah, the telephone booth, which is part of a 2-parter, I believe. There's the one with Clark Kent in the phone booth.
That thing
and
is expensive.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah? Wow.
I've tried getting it a few times. It's not cheap.
Wow, okay, fair enough. And that cap looks like it's seen a lot of wear. So thank you, Rick Lee James, for sending in your response. All right, next up we have John Patrick Van Pelt. He says, here is my favourite Superman hat that I got last year, which I was supposed to take to summer camp. And of course I have my favourite Superman homepage t-shirt, which I wore at the 40th anniversary Superman celebration in Metropolis, Illinois, back in 2018, which I attended with my sister Megan, and Aunt Mary. So that's John Patrick Van Pelt, one of our regulars, and great to see him wearing his Superman homepage, or Superfan homepage for copyright reasons, t-shirt. Yes, thank you. Excellent, John.
That brings up so many memories of
Yes.
why you had to do that in the first place.
Yes.
Justin Suarez wrote in, hi everybody at the Superman homepage. Here's my favorite Superman hat, bought at Warner Brothers World Gold Coast, Queensland.
Nice.
About 15 years ago. I believe the Superman hat is one of the most commonly worn hats worldwide, next to Nike or Batman. At these rough times, wearing hope should help a little bit.
Thank you, Justin. Yes, they don't exist anymore, those Warner Brothers movie, well, the shops, what were they? Warner Brothers shops, stores, Warner Brothers stores. They were around the world, and they were fantastic. And I've had been to the Gold Coast one there in Queensland, here in Australia, and that is a pretty colourful hat. So thank you, Justin. All right, next up we have Jocelyn, who says, I bought this earlier this year, pre-pandemic time, for Love Your Melon. They've partnered with DC and support non-profit organisations that battle pediatric cancer. And there is the little card of authenticity, I guess, or certificate of authenticity that comes with it as a thank you gift. So that's really cool. Love Your Melon and DC teaming up there for a great cause.
Alrighty, Veronica Roscom sent in this photo of her hat collection. So that's pretty swift. I mean, that's pretty awesome. I don't know why I said swift. It's been a long day.
That is cool. Well, Veronica, that's a great hat collection there, and they all look like the flat caps too. No baseball caps amongst those. All the well, not the traditional ones. I mean, they're all the kind of new era flat cap style caps. So yeah.
Looks like poor Garfield is being like attacked by Superman hats.
Smothered.
I kind of like that.
Very cool. Thank you. And finally, we have this photo from Ryan Ignatius Pratt, who says, here is my favourite Superman cap, which I only wear on special occasions. I love the black and silver of the S shield and find the silver material underneath the bill to be pretty neat. The silver of the S really stands out given the cap's black colour. And that is a pretty cool cap with a very highly embossed S symbol there on the front. So thank you, Ryan. And it's great to be able to put some faces to the names of our regular viewers. So that's really cool. And we appreciate all the responses to this week's fan favourite segment. And we hope that these people and more can respond to this week's new fan favourite question, which is what, Michael?
That is, what is the strangest Superman item that you have in your collection?
Yeah, some oddities.
Family friendly.
Yes, please. Keep it family friendly. We will not be including any photos that would not fit under that criteria. So yeah, think about your collection. What is the oddest, weirdest, strangest item you have of Superman in your collection? I have one that I will grab for next week if it's not in storage, because I am packing things up to do some alterations, but we'll talk about that in a second. So yeah, it doesn't have to necessarily be officially licensed merchandise, because there are some strange ones out there that are, black market stuff or bootleg things. So yeah, send in your responses to the email address which is on your screen right now, info@supermanhomepage.com. Send your photos in of the strangest, oddest, weirdest Superman item in your collection, and we will show them here in our show next week. Got anything in mind?
I gotta really think about that. That's going to be a tough one. It really is, because I don't know where some of my stuff is now. It's going to be really weird packing up this house, because I'm going to be discovering stuff I probably haven't seen in over a decade. So
they're asking where are our hats. Mine are upstairs. I didn't even grab one to to bring down? I've got about 8.
Yeah, like I said last week,
You don't wear hats.
Head, so I don't wear hats.
I don't have one readily available here. Actually, I do. Hang on, 1 second.
Now that Steve's gone, I'm just going to completely take over the show.
There we go. Just put my headphone back in. That is the hat that I wear pretty much whenever I'm regularly going out recently.
Out
and about. Yeah, it's just pretty stock standard Superman cap. So, and you have to wear one if you've got a head like mine, out in the sun.
Yeah, I was about to say you don't want to burn.
Anyway.
Weird sunspots on your head.
Yes. So yeah, that's one of a number of hats I've got in my collection. I've got a couple of baseball cap style hats. Maybe next week I'll wear that one I was talking about, which is the fedora type hat for a newspaper bin. So yeah, they're our hats for this week. And as I said, send in your answers for next week's fan favorite question. The email address there at the bottom of your screen, info@supermanhomepage.com. Alright, so thank you for everyone for participating in that segment. Alright, this past Saturday was Halloween there, well, anywhere, but pretty much mostly in the US where it's celebrated. And being a year like no other, I don't think there was a lot of trick-or-treating out and about, but celebrities nevertheless did get into the whole Superman thing for their Halloween costumes. And although she's been the subject of some controversy in recent times, Ellen put on this costume for her Halloween show, where she paid tribute to the nurses on the front line of COVID-19, dressing up in a nurse costume, revealing the Superman S-shield across the chest there. That's a very traditional, old-fashioned nurse costume. But and I guess the red kind of cape part of it lends itself to being a superhero type outfit.
It's almost like she looks like a Kryptonian nurse from like Superman the movie. That's what they would wear.
Yeah. Tina's saying, how do we survive here? How do we live without Halloween in Australia? Well, I mean, it's kind of picks up, but it is an American holiday. It's, but the shops definitely get filled with all the Halloween stuff. Kind of pushes Christmas back a little bit with having Halloween in the stores.
Not here. There's plenty of Christmas stuff out right now with the Halloween stuff, and like some of the cable channels have been showing Christmas movies since the beginning of October. So
yeah,
and I kind of have to agree with my wife. We kind of need a war on Christmas to kind of push it back and get it more under control.
Yes, don't let it creep into September and October so much. Like, just mid-November's enough. Mm-hmm. To be clear, Tina's saying, why was this controversial? No, this costume wasn't controversial. Ellen herself has been the subject of some controversy regarding some allegations about how she deals with her staff, or some bullying issues, or whatever you want to call it. That's where the controversy has.
Yeah, a lot of that came out, especially when everything shut down. So and she kind of had a kerfuffle last year as well over some comments she made. So I mean, it's gonna happen. I mean, when you're in the public eye as much as she is, eventually you're gonna step in it.
Yeah, and John's asking, does the Ellen DeGeneres show appear here in Australia? Yes, it does, John. We do get Ellen's show daily, whenever it's broadcast, and she was doing it from the lounge room of her home for a while with her poor floor manager, or whatever you want to call him, out the window, out in the yard, which was very odd. But yes, so we do. Also for the Halloween thing, and I know cricket's not a big sport there for you guys in the US, but it is huge here in Australia. It's probably our national sport, and especially in the UK, India, Pakistan, and other cricketing nations. here is Ben Stokes. He's an English player, but he's currently playing for the Rajasthan Royals in the IPL, and he dressed up as the Man of Steel there, obviously taking from the Day of Souls. Is that the scene there from Man of Steel? Day of the Dead. Where that happened in the movie, where everyone was reaching out to him after he saved the little girl. So yeah, cricket is a sport here in Australia, England, India, around the world. It's probably it's not our form of baseball, but you have a bat and a ball, and so there are similarities in some ways, but it's definitely an English game that is very popular around the world. Ask Henry Cavill; he'll tell you what it's about.
It was reminding me of the first live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film when Casey Jones brought out a cricket bat, and Raphael said, "Cricket? You got to know what a crumpet is to know what cricket is." So that's what I will always think of.
So there you have it. Also, the nurses at the I'll turn this on again. This image here, the nurses at the Odessa Regional Medical Center in Texas helped the tiny babies in the NICU celebrate their first Halloween by dressing them up in special costumes. And one little fella there has got his Clark Kent glasses on and a makeshift Superman costume. And they are very special people, those nurses and the medical people who work in the neonatal intensive care units in hospitals all around the world. People especially close to my heart. So they do wonderful work, and it's great to see them getting into the Halloween spirit and dressing up the little babies there in special costumes.
Though with the glasses, it just makes that baby look more like an old person, or more of an old person than it already does. Yeah. So. And why are you blowing the secret identity like right away? Are we going to push it that far back where he doesn't even get to have the chance to have a secret identity?
Well, his arms are wrapped up. The poor kid couldn't whip them off to change into his costume. So, but we hope everyone enjoyed a safe and super Halloween. And now that holiday is behind us, we push forward to the festive season with full-blown Christmas in your face, I'm sure, from here on in.
Yep, unfortunately. Of course, time has no meaning this year, so I guess it really doesn't matter.
And I feel for all those people who work in the retail stores where they're just already playing Christmas music and holiday songs ad nauseum over and over and over again. It's got to drive you bonkers.
Yeah, we're not there yet. Though I did have to set the thing where we sell the Christmas cards and are Christmas letters big in Australia?
Christmas letters?
Okay, so you have no idea what I'm talking about. This is mainly a southern thing too in the United States, where people write letters, like they compose a letter and make copies of it and send it to family members.
Oh, okay.
Like it's basically like the our year in review, but with the holiday thing.
Okay.
So we sell a lot of holiday stationery because of that, and they've gotten fancier as it's been easier to make put pictures and documents and stuff like that. But yeah, I remember when I first started working for Office Depot back in 2006, and people were coming in printing Christmas letters. I'm like, what is this?
Oh, so they're personalized.
Yeah, they're like, yes, this is what we did, and this is what our daughter did, and this is what our son did.
Okay, I mean, we got Christmas cards, but but
and they do that too. That's the weird thing, but still.
Okay. Yeah, Christmas cards are, you just go out and buy one and you write at the top of it, "Dear such and such." It's got the message there, and then you sign the bottom saying "Merry Christmas" and your name underneath. Very simple. No thought. But I don't mind that idea of what you're thinking, but a lot of work and effort would have to go into that.
Mind the Gap says a letter to lie to family members. Maybe.
Yeah, sprucing up what your life really wasn't, especially in 2020.
Yeah, we sat at home a lot.
Grew a beard, grew out my hair. if you can grow hair. All right, pushing on. DC sent me an announcement this week about a new middle grade graphic novel coming in 2021 titled Metropolis Grove. Whoops, sorry, little baby. Metropolis Grove. It's coming out in 2021. The big city is full of Superman sightings, but here in Metropolis Grove, well, every kid in this suburb knows that he's not real, except newcomer Sonia Patel, who convinces her friends Duncan and Alex to believe. When the trio discover a mysterious cave, I'm just opening some extra pictures, full of Superman or super memorabilia, they can't keep it to themselves, and that sets off a school year full of drama and adventure and more than a few opportunities for a newfound friendship to test its limits. And when they finally figure out that the resident of the cave is Bizarro, things get even more out of control. So this is written, illustrated and lettered by Drew Brockington with colours by Wendy Broom, and it will go on sale where books are sold May 4th, 2021 for $10, and it's geared towards readers aged 9 to 12. Metropolis Grove. There you have it.
That's
odd.
That is a weird looking Bizarro.
Yeah, yes. Odd premise. These middle grade graphic novels are obviously aimed at younger readers, as I said, 9 to 12, and they go on wacky and wonderful adventures, these kids, in these stories. But if it grabs more people's attentions towards the Superman family of characters, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, we're just in an era now where there isn't like one central Superman thing.
No.
Or something associated with Superman. It's so fractured to try to grab as many different audiences as humanly possible. So it's just like, this isn't something that's geared towards, I mean, it's not that adults couldn't read it, but it's not targeted towards us. Indeed.
And introducing new locations, Metropolis Grove. There you have it. And you can pre-order it now through our website, through Barnes & Noble, for its release in May 2021. All right, before we get into a caller, I just want to remind you that the Super Trivia Quiz has been updated for another month, and the 3 questions we're asking you this time around are, and they're all commercial related. In the 1950s, George Reeves promoted breakfast cereals for which company? In 2013, Henry Cavill starred as Superman in a commercial for which burger chain? And in 1989, Christopher Reeve appeared in a TV commercial advertising a video camcorder for which company? Now, that third one is probably the hardest out of the lot, except for viewers of this show who have regularly seen the TV commercial played here. So there is no excuse for everybody watching that and who watches this show on a regular basis for not being able to guess where the answer to that final question. So head to the favourites menu found at supermanhomepage.com, and you will find the Super Trivia Quiz, and you can send your answers in, and that you've got until the 28th of November to do that.
And that second one has one of 2 answers.
Yes,
that
because
are acceptable.
Exactly, because the chain, it does breach over 2 burger chains, if you like. So yes, get involved in the Super Trivia Quiz for this month, and we'll see how you go. All right, we have time for a caller, and before we get into this week in history, well, actually, let's do this week in history first, Michael, because we've missed it for the last couple of weeks. So I'm gonna.
There's not a whole lot this week either, so that'll work out nicely.
Okay, go for it.
Are you gonna?
Oh yes. Sorry. Let me play your intro for you. Let me get that off the screen right there. And here's your what is it? What are we doing? The history. Here we go.
Come with me now, my son, as we break through the bubble of your earthly confinement, traveling through time and space.
All right.
So we did have to jump up a little bit to 1960, because there wasn't a whole lot going on in 1940 or 1950, but we have Superman number 142 which has a story called the Flame Dragon from Krypton, who cares nothing for Superman's secret identity. He's just going to burn that thing right off. Jumping to 1970, this is huge, folks, even though it has a January 1971 cover date. This is Superman number 233, Kryptonite Nevermore. The first Denny O'Neil issue, the first Julia Schwartz edited issue, and where Kryptonite was destroyed forever for a few years. But no, this thing's historic.
Yes,
I do like how
iconic.
They tried to get sneaky by making it look like it's Superman number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the number 1 best-selling comics magazine.
Yes.
See what you did there.
Yes.
Jumping ahead to 1990, we have Action Comics number 660. This is the Death of Lex Luthor. This is another big one, actually, when you really think about it. That did not last. And I think I can speak for Steve, is that Australia was very well represented by Lex Luthor II with his really cool dialogue of outdated Australian expressions. So
fair dinkum.
Fair dinkum. Crikey. Gearing into current events, back in 2000, on November 1st, Superman number 164, where it was revealed that Lex Luthor had won the election to become President of the United States. Fun fact, while this book came out and we had a president in the DC universe, we had to wait a few weeks for the United States to actually get one. Had a little bit of a problem there.
I've got one of those pins.
Yes, I have a couple of those pins
Yes.
lying around here somewhere. Yeah, I also have the promo poster of him standing like the with the logo of his campaign that had an arrow in it, which was kind of cool. And jumping to 2010, we have Superboy number 1. This was the very short-lived Jeff Lemire series that lasted right up until the New 52. And I remember enjoying it. It was a little weird, but it's written by Jeff Lemire, so what do we expect from that? And in the real world, we can mark that November 7th is traditionally recognized as the birthday of Martha Kent.
It is indeed Martha's birthday on what date was that?
November 7th, I believe. Yeah,
okay.
November 7th. I have the site pulled up.
So happy birthday to Martha, who's getting a nice kiss there from her son in the image on your screen. So yes, that's this week in history. Thank you, Michael. We've skipped it over the last couple of weeks because we didn't have time, but fantastic. Yep. All right, we have time for a quick caller. I'm going to get Kenneth on the line now, if I can. So I'm just going to try to add him to our call. Let's see if that works for me as I add Ken. Let's see, here he is. Let's try to add him to the group. That doesn't seem to be working. Let's see, here we go. Trying to call him in now. Add audio. Ooh, let's see. Oop, I've hung up on Michael there. Sorry about that, Michael. I've just hung up on you, calling you back now. Getting Michael back as quick as I can. There he is, he's back on. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but so I'm having a tough time of getting Kenny on the show. It usually allows me to do it without any problem here, and maybe this will work.
Yeah.
Let's see if this works. It's dialing him now. Kenny, you there? Ken? Unavailable, it says. So we'll have to push on, and yeah, apologise there. Tried to get Ken on. He said he was available to chat with us. Says he's unavailable, so unfortunately tonight we're unable to get him on. It's been our first time trying to have Ken on the show, but he's been one of our regular watchers, so regular viewers. So maybe next week, if we have time, we might be able to get Ken on the show, and anybody else for that matter. But yeah, I apologise, Ken, for not being able to get you on. Michael, is there anything else you wanted to touch on before we finish off on tonight's show?
It was another one of those really quiet weeks for Superman. So
Yeah.
it's not. We didn't even have a good stupid rumor that we could sit here and kind of poke fun at. Though I will say, you mentioned earlier in the show that Bitsy Tuluk has been pretty vocal on Twitter. It's actually been pretty cool because we've gotten to see some behind the scenes stuff that you wouldn't normally get to see. It's really candid kind of stuff, like the like what the sky looks like in the morning, when they're getting ready to shoot, and some behind the scenes stuff. But the one that, because earlier you said, do I think the costume is going to be that different? She had a shot of Tyler and he was wearing a robe. And there was obviously there was something more than just like a costume under there. So I think they're really trying to keep that kind of quiet for the moment, because otherwise, if it was the same costume, they would just show it, right? So I have a feeling if it's not a huge change, they are making a big deal of a not huge change.
Fair enough. I get what you're saying. Well, we'll wait and see. Maybe there will be a reveal before too long. But in the meantime, that is the end of WGBS for tonight, for this week. We really appreciate everyone tuning in to watch tonight's episode, especially with so much going on there in the US with your election night taking place. Thank you to everyone in the YouTube chat there who participated with your comments and questions throughout the show. We really appreciate your involvement. And thank you to our sponsors, Douglas Meacham and John Patrick Van Pelt. And remember, if you'd like to support the Superman homepage, all you have to do is head to patreon.com/Superman homepage, where you can be a sponsor for as little as $1, or you can click the join button there on YouTube, and there are different levels of perks, and so you can become a member that way as well to contribute. Now, the complete 1 hour video of tonight's show will remain available on the Superman homepage website and our YouTube channel. If you'd like to watch it back in full, maybe you came in late, want to watch something over again, you can do that at either of those two locations. But we'll be back next week on Tuesday, November 10th at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time for another edition of WGBS TV Live. We look forward to talking with you then. When we return next week, I will be in a different configuration because I'm in the process of actually ripping up the carpet here. I'm going to be pulling down everything, new cupboards, new shelves, new storage, so a totally new configuration of this room. So in the middle of it, we're just starting it now. I just pulled up some carpet, so it's chaos. But I'll hopefully be prepared for the show this time next week. So until then, be sure to check out supermanhomepage.com for all your daily news updates on everything surrounding the Man of Steel. I'm Steve Eunice on behalf of myself and Michael Bailey. Thanks for watching WGBS TV Live, brought to you by supermanhomepage.com.